Welcome back to the channel, Adventures Through Climate Change with me, Trevor Snyder. And I host this armchair approach to climate change where we just watch other people's videos and, we try to diagnose from a just normal person. If anybody's curious, I'm a realtor, a consultant, a coach, all those things. So that's what I do as a living. I just watch for climate change. I've heard so many things. I've worked in the energy sector for 4 years when I was younger, and I worked in the oil fields, and I feel like we spend a lot of time demonizing things we shouldn't demonize or shouldn't worry about as much as we think we should worry about, and that's my contention. And we've watched videos 3, 4, 5 times a week for the last 3.5, 4 months, all about climate change. So we're listening to both sides. I'm given the opportunity for people to correct me or teach me things. Apparently, I was way off on my videos and then probably my gain. So I turned my gain down a little bit. Hopefully, it's in line with the video a little bit more. I don't test these things, all right? I set them up for certain videos, and I have about 3 channels that I'm actively putting stuff on. This is the only channel that I actually don't do any editing. I just make the video, put it up. I'm just trying to create a place for people to correct me and on whatever, my microphone, whatever, on climate change normally. So with that being said, we're taking a look at the highly controversial plan to stop climate change, Russ George for Heretics. It's free think. I've seen some of their stuff. I don't know why I wasn't subscribed before. Maybe it was on a different account. Probably was on a different account. I actually have 5 accounts, but 3 that I'm actively putting stuff out for. Let's check it out. Hold on. How long ago was this one made? 10 months ago. Not too long ago. Not too bad.
They sent in the largest SWAT team assault in Canada's history to crush myself and 6 researchers looking through microscopes at plankton samples. That scares the living daylights out of most people. I'm Russ George, and I'm considered a heretic because I want to restore the oceans and restore the climate of the planet and save the world and not make a whole bunch of money as the goal.
Radicals, dissidents, rebels, and misfits. You can call them whatever you like. But what if they're right?
My life these days is dedicated to restoring the health of the ocean to its historic levels of abundance. And we do that by treating the ocean as a series of ocean pastures, which is common sense on land. The process of restoring ocean plant life to its historic abundance is not my invention. A great scientist, John Martin, pointed out in 1988 if you take a tiny bit of mineral dust back to the ocean, that will help the plankton bloom and can allow the oceans to remove the vast majority of humanity's carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. That's a few 100,000 tons of iron ore rock dust. Well, Australia sells to China every year 600 million tons of iron ore rock dust. So if we wanted to restore the world's oceans to health and save the world from climate change, we merely need to deploy a team of people with brooms and dustpans to sweep up the dust around the great iron ore shipping ports in Australia. If we use the ocean and the sun to power photosynthesis, we can mitigate climate change. And it won't take decades to do that. It will take mere years. Instead of costing trillions of dollars, it will merely cost millions of dollars. Ocean pasture restoration has the capacity to pull 30 to 35 billion tons of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere every year and
Wow.
repurpose it into new ocean life. Humanity only emits 45 billion tons, so that's 3/4 of the burden of the fossil fuel age. The knee-jerk reaction that many people have about humans putting anything in the ocean is often completely out of context. When the dust blows out of the Sahara Desert and blows towards the Amazon, 700 million tons a year of African dust lands in the Amazon basin, and it provides minerals and nutrients that allow the Amazon rainforest to grow. On the way to the Amazon, more dust than that lands in the ocean. In 2012, with a small native Indian village in British Columbia, we took our dust out to their ocean pasture. We sprinkled the dust over 10,000 square kilometers. plankton grew into a 50,000 square kilometer bloom. All of ocean life came to the bloom and feasted. That project took probably 500 million tons of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and repurposed it into that ocean life. And the measure of success was intending to bring the fish back. Well, the very next year, the pink salmon that we targeted in Alaska, they were expecting to catch 50 million pink salmon, which was going to be a very healthy catch. But following our pasture restoration, the Alaskans had to stop fishing after catching 225 million salmon, which was the largest catch of salmon in all of history. It just works. Right? There's no question about it. It simply works.
So, if what you're saying is accurate, it doesn't cost trillions, it costs millions. Well, there's people out there with millions. There's people with millions to burn. I've seen what Nick Cage spends his money on.
Well, they don't because of the attacks that have taken place on the people who have worked in this. So when John Martin in 1988 said he had the solution for climate change, he was declared a heretic because the solution was too good, too fast, too easy. So the people today who expect to be spending those trillions of dollars, this is the worst news ever. So when I did the work with my village of 800 native people in British Columbia, we thought nothing could be better. We dotted every I, crossed every T. And then the week before Easter in 2013, there was a pounding bang on our research office and laboratory in Vancouver. And in burst an 11-man Canadian government SWAT team with body armor and automatic weapons. Even though the government of Canada was our full, formal, contractual partner in the project, they decided to raid the office and destroy the data collections and our ability to complete the science. So I was declared a rogue American oligarch who swindled the poor, hapless natives into doing this illegal activity. When there's an example of what happens to a heretic, nobody wants to repeat that. In the last, say, 50 to 70 years, we've horrifically destroyed half of all ocean life. And so we have to restore it. It's a life or death situation. Ocean pasture restoration is about becoming good shepherds of the oceans. We need every invention that has ever been invented to tend to the land in an agricultural sense as a good shepherd, recreated, to tend to the 72% of this planet that is ocean. You take care of Mother Nature, she takes care of you. My name is Russ George, R-U-S-S-G-E-O-R-G-E. You can remember that because I work with Rust. Iron.
I like that guy a lot. I mean, just as an overall guy, he just seems like an all right guy. Do I believe that that's all we need? I do think it's kind of simple like that. It's kind of interesting how some of the most fertile lands will come about from volcanoes, right? Volcanoes, they'll come about, and then you get the microbes and the lichens and the mosses and then the plant life and then the animal life, and then, you know, that's how you do it, right? That's how you populate an area. I do think that the dust, that's probably what some of that stuff feeds off of. It's probably the minerals is highly beneficial, and sure. So yeah, man, that was a great video, short little video. I'd like to kind of see a follow up or a different one about that. So we'll check that out. With that being said, maybe I earned your subscription. Maybe he earned your subscription, which is Free Think, right? At the F with the star. I couldn't stop staring at it. It was sitting right up at the top. I was like, F with the star. I was like, what does that mean? Like, okay, I knew it was Free Think, but I kept thinking, whatever. Anyhow, somebody earned your subscription, possibly a like, and make sure you lay down a comment because that's how I know what to focus on in the future. Hope to catch you on the next video.